Video number 50. How did we get here? How did I get here? How did you get here? Yeah, it's been an interesting journey. Oh, by the way, for the people who don't want to listen to the blither, I'd fast forward to about the 2-minute mark. Anyway, welcome back to the ones who haven't fast forwarded. Yes, number 50. I've really enjoyed this. I don't have many subscribers, but that's because this is the kind of channel that doesn't go viral. There are millions of cooking channels. This is just mine. You look at all the other stuff that goes viral, people who would talk about books. I have a huge collection, but it's largely personal. I have a huge record collection, or rather MP3 collection. And again, personal. I don't want to decide whether ABBA is better than Led Zeppelin. That's kind of your thing. Politics, too divisive. The whole gender conversation, no. What else? I don't look very good in lingerie. Certainly not a try-on haul. That would be the kind of thing that would get me banned. Boobies. Anyway, sorry. I digress. Anyway, here we are, recipe number 50. I've really enjoyed this. I hope you are. I started it largely because I can never remember what I've cooked before. I'm not very good at cooking the same thing twice. So here we are. This is as much a record of my cooking for me as it is for anybody who stops by and enjoys it. So, today, for the number 50, I have been accused in the past of a lot of my recipes are sort of big, bold flavours. Ooh. And things. And today is an awful lot more subtle. It's a chicken soup. And yes, everybody who's watching this video will have made a chicken soup. But I hope probably not like this. I hope this is a new thing to some people. And it's made over a period of about 2 hours, 2.5 hours. And it's a chicken soup that makes its own stock. So, plenty of vegetables and things like that. But other than that, there's nothing added. There's no extra stock added and no complications. But there are little subtle things you can add along the way, which we'll discuss. Anyway, video number 50. Let's get on with it. Woo! And what is on today's board of goodness? It's a lovely board, by the way. Bought it recently. Anyway, a large chicken. Buy one big enough to fit your pot. I've got a very large pot. Large chicken. This is a personal one. I'm going to add loads of ginger to mine. There we go, some lovely parsnips. It's been a long time since I've put a parsnip in anything. They're an odd vegetable. Stop falling off the thing. A nice brown onion. Red probably wouldn't work with this. Potatoes, I've got 3 on there. I think in the end I only used 2. And a couple of carrots. Nice, juicy, big, fat, cigar-shaped carrot. And some parsley to bung in at the end. As I said in the prelim thing, this is about as simple can get. So we kick off. Where we poach the chicken. Essentially, that's probably the best way of describing this. Boiling, simmering the chicken for a very long time, and that creates its own stock. As you can see, my large chicken wouldn't quite fit into the... Well, not fit, but there's about an inch or so that isn't covered in water. So what you want to do is every 20 minutes turn it over. The ginger. I like this as a ginger recipe. What you'd want to do, you could add maybe some chilies or just leave it as plain can be. Maybe other herbs. This really is a palette that you can add so many things to or not. So anyway, some salt in there. It's probably going to be about an hour and a half this first bit. Pop it on your sort of lower flame part of your cooker and seal it, and off you go. So, hour and a half later, what have you got? A boiled chicken that started to come to pieces. So start to fish it all out. I've put it in a colander there just to sort of... You're going to trip most of the water back into the pan. Put it in the colander for a few minutes just to make sure the rest of the water is there. Be really, really careful because that water is going to be quite hot. And the bits of chicken are going to drop water all over you. And it's like, ah! So yes, be very, very careful, and fish all the bits out. I got a small sieve that I did out of shot, and I just scooped the rest of it, just in case there's any tiny bones or, you know, things floating around. You don't want to be floating around. But right now, that is a really beautiful stock. You've created a stock. In my case, a ginger stock, but it's a really, really nice stock, and it's so subtle. It's nothing like a stock cube. So, right, next stage. You're going to allow the chicken to cool, by the way. Next stage is in with your onions, and you're going to give it a few minutes. I think it was about 5 or 10 minutes I did with the onions. Keep stirring. Again, quite a low flame. You're infusing the flavours, but you don't want anything to completely melt. In with parsnips and carrots, and a stray piece of parsnip. See, warts and all, this channel, warts and all. Flying vegetables in the kitchen. Anyway, they're going to go in for about 20 minutes, because it takes a while for parsnips to melt, get soft anyway. So right, we're off with the chicken, and it's still warm, as you can tell by the fact that I'm gingerly pulling the chicken out of the colander. And essentially what you're doing now is just pulling the chicken off the bones. So the breasts are going to be easier to pull off, and some of the other bits less so. Be very, very careful. Do it slowly. Make sure there aren't any bones. Nobody needs to eat bones. You know. No, they don't taste very nice, and they get stuck in your teeth, and, well, you know, they're bones. After you've finished picking all the... what you're going to do is chop them. So the big problem with chicken when it's like this is if you just throw it in like that, you could end up with quite long, stringy things, which is okay in some Asian cooking, but not for this. You don't want it stringy, so you're going to be putting your knife along the lengths of chicken and along the crossways of chicken, just to make sure that you've all got nice little bits that are going to be thrown in the soup. Do it carefully. It's very exciting watching me chop chicken, I won't deny, but do it carefully and the dish will thank you for it. Come on. Right, now, all chopped up. Yeah, that took a while, didn't it? Bung it in the pan. Rum-ta-dum-ta-dum. You know how chefs on these things have put everything into bowls. Yeah, it's very nice. Takes a lot of washing up though. Anyway, in with the potatoes at the same time as the chicken. Scrape up loads of chicken from your chopping board because you don't want to lose that goodness. This all could be done so much more professionally. No, it couldn't. Anyway, potatoes and chicken in there for, that's going to be 15 minutes, isn't it? Oh, you can see the arrival of the spice thing over in the corner there. And a teaspoon of turmeric. Now this is interesting. It doesn't add that much to the flavour, but as I've seen in some recipes, that people add turmeric to chicken soup to give it that golden colour. And it's not only packet mixes in some chefs. It's really interesting. It does actually make it look nicer. This sort of golden chickeny, well you can see for yourself, it's a lovely golden chickeny thing, even though chickens aren't really that golden. That's what we come to associate with the chicken soup. Anyway, shut up. Parsley chopped. Sorry. Really, I'm having a waffle today. Chop parsley in there, and you're pretty much done now. You can add cream if you so wish. I don't want to. This is really beautiful, very, very healthy, and very, very subtle soup. Nothing throws itself out at you. It's just really nice and subtle. So, you know, get your spoon in. Do your thing. Big bowls. I wouldn't even put this with bread. This is just... sometimes, you know, subtle is good. Subtle is very, very good. So pour yourself out. One big ass bowl, plenty of liquid, loads of chicken, and you know, for me this is a great point because the ginger is again so subtle, because although I put a lot in, it sits in the background. This is honestly wonderful. Thank you very, very much for making it this far into the video. I always say this at this point, but you know, it's nice that you do, and thank you. Invite more friends, like and subscribe, and all that YouTube nonsense. There will be more. This is video 50. I promised video 50 would be about bipolar disorder. I'm not ready yet. One day, maybe. Anyway, enjoy. Take care. Have a good day. Bye bye.